Good day, friends. Today we will discuss building bylaws. These building bylaws has been formed by the government, which are called Model Building Bylaws 2016. Similarly, these bylaws are also contained in National Building Code 2016. But though these have been formed by the central government, these model building laws are not binding on the states. The states can form their own building bylaws, but by and large, the base of these bylaws of the state remains either model building bylaws 2016 or as far as national building law code is 2016 is concerned. So these are formed by basically these are formed by every state local town planning authorities such as DDA, BMC, etc. So what is building bylaws, or we will discuss certain things which are important from building bylaws point of view. So during planning and construction of any building, certain restrictions are laid down by the municipal bodies, urban development authorities, and other government departments as town planning trusts related to clear spaces to be left around the building, permissible height of the building, permissible construction area, etc. So basically, building bylaws related with how much space has to be left around the building, what should be the maximum permissible height of the building, what should be the maximum permissible construction area of the building, and other things related to these things. Hence, the proposed building plans, which are to be submitted to the local government authorities for approval, they are to be prepared according to these bylaws, which are checked and approved by the above authorities. So, minimum provisions as far as National Building Code is concerned, it deals with the protection of providing protection and the safety of the public with regards to structural sufficiency, fire hazards, and health aspects are also called building bylaws. So, in these things are to be considered, but along with these things, other things such as public safety, where with regard to structural sufficiency of the building, fire hazards and health aspects, they are called also called building bylaws. These are basically given in National Building Code 2016. So building bylaws also cover aspects of administrative regulations, development control rules, general building requirements regarding materials and structural design, rules for electrical installation, lighting, air conditioning, and lifts, regulations for ventilation, acoustics, and plumbing services such as water supply, drainage, sanitation, and gas supply, safety measures for workers and public during construction, requirement for green belts and landscaping, and special requirements for low income group housing, and rules for entire for erection of sign and outdoor display structure. So each and everything related with the construction of basically the building, they are covered under building bylaws, as you see from this paragraph. So what are the objectives of building bylaws? So the first objective is building bylaws allow disciplined growth of buildings and towns and prevent fire hazard development. Building bylaws protect safety of public against fire, noise, health hazards, and structural failure. They provide utilization of space, hence maximum efficiency in planning can be derived from these bylaws. Building bylaws give guidelines to the architect and engineer in effective planning and useful in pre-planning the building activities. They provide health, safety, and comfort to the people who live in the building. And due to the bylaws, each building have proper approaches, light, air, ventilation, which are essential for health, safety, and comfort of the inhabitants. So, what are the aspects which are covered in building bylaws? These includes building frontage line, built up area of the building, height of the building, open spaces to be left in the sides, backs, etc. Provisions regarding the size, height, and ventilation of the rooms and the apartments, provision of water supply and disposal of wastewater, and other sanitary provisions, structural design of the building for its safety. So, what is building line? Building line is laid in each case parallel to the plot boundaries by the local authority beyond which nothing can be constructed towards the plot boundaries. Means you have to left certain area from the road where no construction is allowed. So this is basically building line. So the local authorities as per the rules of the building bylaws, as per the local authorities, this is a line beyond which nothing can be constructed towards the plot boundaries. You cannot construct anything in this area. And then next, certain building like cinema, business centers, factories, etc., which attracts a large number of people and vehicle. As such, more space is required. Hence, the building should be set back a further distance away from the building line. So the line which account for this extra margin is called control line. So the fixation of building line depends upon the site of proposed building, keeping in view the present width and future widening requirements. So basically what happens is, in case of general buildings, residential buildings, etc. The we call this area from the center line of the road, some distance is to be left where no construction is allowed. That is called building line. But in the second thing, in case of factories or cinema halls where number of people, more number of pupils live there or work there, so this distance is increased. In case of residential, this is called building lines, and in case of other buildings, it is called a limit of control line. This is called control line for other buildings. So as far as this is concerned, building line and control line, generally in national highways and state highways, building line is 30 meter and control line is 45 meter. On major district road, building line is 15 meter and control line is 24 meter. So other district roads and village roads, it is building line is 9 meter and control line is 15 meters, which is you can use for your day to work and check when you are doing valuation on the plots which are situated on national highway or state highway, or if it is situated on major district road or other district roads, these distances are to be maintained. In this distance from the center line of the road, no construction is allowed except gardening, etc. This is also called the distance where no construction is allowed. So setback is a setback may be defined as a frontage margin or open space in front of the abutting street or road. So this is a distance from the in on the front margin or open space in front of the abutting street or road. So this is called setback. So you should know the difference between setback and building line and control line. So building line is generally for these types of roads where no construction zone, which this is also called marginal land or no construction zone. So this is for when the building is situated on this type of roads. But in other cases, we use the term setback. So setback is the distance from in which no construction is done allowed by the local authorities. It from front it is called front setback, and from the sides it is called setback, and from the rear it is called rear building setback. So you must know all these things as a valuer, as an architect, or as an engineer also. So these are the things. which you should know what is front setback, what is rear setback, what is side setback, and this is a portion where you, you can do construction. So these are all given in code, a national building code or building bylaws of the state. What should be the minimum setback, front setback? What should be the minimum rear setback, and what should be the side setback? So what are the advantages of building line and setback? Part of the setback may be acquired for the purpose of widening of roads. So maybe that in case of widening of roads, certain areas may be acquired by the government. So if the construction is done, so you will not get anything for the constructed part. So in case of any road widening, it will be easier for you, the government, to acquire the land. Then, if the setback is uniform, buildings are constructed in one line parallel to the axis of the road, resulting in improvement of route. Then, provisions of setbacks results in better conditions of air, light, and ventilation of the building, from where you can get better air, better light, better ventilation. Then, setback and street corner improve visibility and impart safety to the traffic. See here, here in case of it, in both corner plot, so this type of setback is provided so that visibility is better, though the vehicle on this side or vehicle on this side, they will be able to see the any coming vehicle from the other side. So then provision of setbacks results in better conditions of air, light, and ventilation of the building. Setback and street corner improve visibility and improve safety to the traffic. Space of setback can be used as parking place for developing as garden, or you can use this space for parking. And then necessary for protection of building from street nuisance. Then it reduces the danger of fire by increasing the distance between opposite buildings. Then what is height of the building? So height of the building is the vertical distance. So what is height of the building? So the height of the building is measured from the sea here is this is the highest point, then this is the lowest point on the road if it is a building such like this. So we will be taking midpoint from the road, and then similarly this is a peak of the ridge and this is a ridge line, then we will take the midpoint, then this vertical distance will be the height of the building. So the vertical distance from the average grade of a building or the other structure or for a wing or distinct portion of the building or other structure, the highest point of the roof for that wing or distinct portion of the building or structure is referred as height of the building. So you can very easily see what is the height of the building. Otherwise, in case of state building, you can measure the height of the building from the road level to the maximum height of the building. Then maximum height of the building depends upon width of the street on which the building fronts, minimum width of the rear space, vicinities of aerodromes. So up if the width of the street is 8 meter, so height should not be more than 1.5 times of the street. So maximum height can be 12 meter. So if the street width is 8 meter to 12 meter, then maximum height can be not more than 12 meter. If it is above 12 meters, then not more than the street and not more than 21 meters. So if either it can be equals to the width of the street if it is more than 12 meter, or it at the maximum it can be 21 meter. So this is height of the building, how the height of the building is to be measured. We have already discussed. Then what is carpet area? So as the name suggests, carpet area is the area where we can separate a carpet. Means area calculated from inner walls to wall distance inside the roof. This would also include steps if any inside the house. So essentially carpet area is nothing but the net usable area inside the house. But what is built up area? Built up area is carpet area plus area of the walls, and this is generally 10% more than the carpet area. A terrace is considered as half of the actual area for calculating built up area. So built up area is plot area minus area due for open spaces. It is the area covered by all floors of the building. It includes everything covered under roof. Area covered occupied by balcony staircase is excluded from the built up area. You have to remember this thing. So balcony area or staircase area is not included in the built up area. So as far as built up area is concerned, every state gives the maximum and minimum permissible things in their building bylaws. So as you see, for example, up to 100%, 100 square meter maximum plot coverage is 90%, above 100 to 150, 90%. So this is what you can get from building bylaws of the state. So also permissible height is given, permissible FAR is given in the building bylaws. So super built up area. So this built up area, this is built up area plus area occupied by common amenities like lifts, corridors, clubhouse, staircase. Super built up area is usually 25% more than built up area. This is also called saleable area. From this figure, you can see what is super built up area. Everything, every area is included over it. And this diagram gives you what is carpet area. This color shows carpet area, this color shows super area, these lines, and this line shows you built up area. So see the difference between carpet area, super built up area, and built up area. So covered area or plinth area at the ground level, how you can calculate that? The ground area covered by the building immediately above the plinth level but does not include the space area covered by compound wall, gate, canopy, uncovered cantilever staircase which is open to at least three sides and also open to sky, area covered by chhaja up to 18-inch for all kinds of building except commercial building, cantilevered porch, portico, slide, swing, and the extensions alike garden, rockery, well structures, plant, nursery, water pool, swimming pool if uncovered, platform around a tree, tank, fountain, bench, chabutra with open top and unenclosed on side by walls, drainage culvert, conduit, catch pit, gully pit, chamber, gutter and other like cantilever roof projection up to 3 feet projected from the finished level of the wall to the extent of maximum 50% of the circumference of the covered area at each floor. Cantilever projection is allowed in commercial buildings up to 3 feet and does not form the part of covered area. And then porch portico of garage shall be allowed in the side setback area provided the width of the side setback area is not less than 9 feet and shall cover only one third of the total depth of the plot and shall have the clear height of 8 feet 3 inch. However, it shall be counted as covered area. The ramp provided for persons with disability may not be counted towards FAR and ground coverage. So what is plot coverage? So see here, this is a plot of 20 feet by 50 feet of which you have constructed a building of 20 feet by 20 feet. So the total covered area is for built up area is 400 square feet. So for total area of the plot is 1020 by 50 1000. So if you calculate this, then plot coverage is 40%. Means in maximum area which you have covered is 40%. This is plot coverage. So what is floor space index or floor area ratio? The ratio of total floor area inclusive all floors of to the area of the plot. So FAR is basically total built up area covered on all floors divided by plot size. So it limits the floor area of the building in relation to plot area. Thus, if FSI is 1, it means the total permissible area of all the floors of the building should be equal to the area of the plot. So FSI changes as per the locality. Open space requirements. Why open spaces are required? These are required for lighting, ventilation, future expansion. Approaches are access to common amenities like water supply, drainage line, etc. Future widening of streets. It is also required for front, rear, and side yard depending upon the height of the building and can be calculated by the formula width of the open space around the building in meter is equals to 3 plus h upon 10 divided by 3, where h is height of the building in meter and if it is less than 25 meters. So requirement of open spaces for varying height of the building as per NBC known National Building Code 2016. If the height of the building is less than 10 meter, then front open space should be for the building with front street minimum 3 meter. For the building with street on two or more sides, average 3 meter, and no in case no in no case less than 1.8 meter. So rear margin average 3 meter and no case less than 1.8 meter. Side margin minimum 3 meter for every detached or semi-attached building. And distance from the center line of the any road in no case less than 7.5 meter as determined by the local authority. If the height of the building is 10 to 25 meter, then requirement as per above item number 1 increase at the rate of 1 meter for every 3 meter or fraction thereof. From 25 meter to 30 meter height of the building, minimum 10 meter setback is required, and above 30 meter, minimum 10 meter increase at the rate of 1 meter for every 5 meter or fraction thereof, subject to a maximum of 16 meter. So open space requirements, height of the building in meters and width of the open space in meters. If it is height is 5 meter, open space is 3 meters. If it is 6 meter, it is 3.3. In case of height is 9 meter, open space is 4 meter. So on you can check it from this table. Then what is ventilation? Ventilation, so windows, ventilation, direct openings to external air should be provided for proper ventilation. Area of the door should be minimum 1 upon 10th of the floor area for dry and hot climate, minimum 1/6 of the floor area for wet and hot climate. And aggregate area of doors, windows shall not be less than 1/7 of the floor area. So this is all about building bylaws. For more details, you can uh, check the building bylaws of your state, or for better, you can do one thing, you can check it from the model building bylaws 2016, and and you can check with it with the national building code 2016, which also include structural details and other things required for the building. So this is all for today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day.